We have learned about all those skills which make us effective communicators. But there is another aspect of being a good communicator, which we talked about when we were talking about the speaking skill, and that is non-verbal communication, which does not involve any spoken, written, heard, or read words. Language is the key to communication. But stop. At times, it is better to suggest than to say. At times, expressions are way more powerful than the words. Language is replaceable. At times, of course. For example, give a smile for approval, a frown for disapproval, or shrug your shoulders for expressing, I didn't understand, I don't know what to say. So, be careful. Your body language cannot be ignored. Proper eye contact, hand movements, posture, everything conveys something. In life and in business, it pays a lot to have a positive body language. I would like to explain some concepts related to it. Have you ever heard of kinesics, proxemics, chronamics, paravocalics? Have you heard about these? Not much. Anyway, let's learn a bit about these. Kinesics is a concept in which we study body movements, gestures, and facial expressions. Then there is one more concept, proxemics. This is a very, very fine concept, which we must observe while we are in a business environment. This concept talks about the relevance of space. Now, what is the relevance of space? It means you should maintain a proper advisable distance with the person to whom you are communicating. If you're talking to your boss, you just cannot get too close. You have to stand or sit across. If you are going to talk to a person of your level of employee, you can get a bit more closer. So, space is extremely important. What kind of space should be used while shaking hands? And of course, one more unrelated thing here, shaking hands is extremely important. Your handshake has to be positive. It doesn't have to be too strong, but it doesn't have to be weak, because a weak handshake is never considered good, It's considered to be the handshake of a person who is cold. Then, a third concept, chronamics, utilization of time. You have to take care of the time while communicating. Are you taking too much time? Are you before time? Are you extending your time? So a time sense is as important in communication as anywhere else. Then, paravocalics. This concept has to do with voice intonation, pitch, and stress patterns. As we were discussing when we were learning about speaking skills, this paravocalics is something which gets influenced by the mother tongue a lot. Look, I'm not telling you to become an Englishman. You can never be. I can never be. But we have to understand, English is no longer a language of the English people only. It is a world language. It is a global language. There is bound to be a lot of impact of the mother tongue, of the local language. So, I'm not telling you to be perfect, but I must tell you to be as close to the perfect as possible. Please do not distort the language to an extent that it becomes incomprehensible. Then there is one very, very interesting and perhaps a very newly launched kind of a concept which talks about the importance of body odor. Now, just mind the spellings of the word. OLFATICSETC. Very challenging to pronounce it. Olfactic set. And body language also means that you should take care of shaking hands, as I talked earlier, you have to maintain good eye contact. Of course, good eye contact doesn't mean you have to stare at the person. Then you have to sit comfortably, neither tense nor on the edge of the chair. You have to be straight but comfortable, seated easily, so that you are in a mood to communicate. One very important thing, don't tap your feet. People use it to counter nervousness, that's not the right way. Don't twist fingers, don't fiddle with the paperweight. Have a smiling but sober demeanor. No frowns on the forehead. Then, last but not the least, your dress reflects your personality. Of course, while in a business environment, you have to wear particular kinds of clothes, particular colors which are recommended, particular styles which are recommended. You cannot be too flashy, too colorful. You have to be dressed up in a sober but energetic manner. Don't ignore your shoes. You must understand that shoes are the first indication of how a person is interpreted. So, everything speaks, but the language it uses may be different. Even your shoes speak, even your dress speaks, even your handshake speaks. I hope you understand. Thank you very much.